There was a time in my life where I thought sell was a four-letter word. I said, I can't do that. That doesn't appeal to me. But then I found a product, a service actually, that I just loved. And I wanted to take it to the world. And that's when I discovered how to sell. You know, what most people are thinking when they think of selling is they're probably thinking the guy with the bad toupee and the mismatched pants and jacket, and he's trying to sell them something that they don't want and they don't need, and they're feeling pressured. That is not selling. Selling is actually serving. When you are selling somebody something, you are serving them. You are giving them something, access to something that they need in order to solve a problem. So I'm going to take you through a selling process by redefining the word sell. The S stands for show. You have to show people something before they can buy it, obviously, and particularly if they are not out looking for it. If your service or your product is unique or is not commonly thought of as a solution to a problem, then it's imperative that you are out there marketing it. That's basically what you're doing. You're showing people what your product does. The second thing that people want is education. They want to be educated. So the E stands for educate. And what do I mean by educate? It's not just, go to Google and search for it, but really making certain that you tell people how your product solves a problem that they have, which takes us to the next letter, which is L, and L stands for listen. You have to listen to your client. You have to ask them questions. Really, the sales process is more about listening than telling. And that's as far as I'm concerned, that's worth the price of admission. To understand that when you are selling, you are not supposed to be talking. You are supposed to be listening. You have 2 ears, 1 mouth, and you use them in that order. So what are you listening for? You're listening for the problem that person has that your product or service can solve. So you have to find out if they have that problem, how they feel about it, if they think there are any other solutions out there for that problem. And then you come to the final L, which is lead. And that's, for some people, the most difficult. And it's the one that doesn't come as naturally as the first three. But lead, really what it means is what you're doing for people is you are helping them to make a buying decision. Now, there's many things that go into this. We're taking 2 or 3 minutes to talk about, so we're not going into this in detail. But basically, you should be really leading that person to make a positive buying decision from the first thing that you say to them. From that point on, you are talking to them in such a way that you're understanding their problems, and you're showing them how your service can solve those problems. And when you understand that in the end, if you believe that your product is a good product, if you believe what you're offering to people is worth the money, has the value, then they're not going to have a problem buying it, and you're not going to have a problem selling it to them.